Ooh. You guys acting like you're excited that you can hear me now. All right. All right. How are you all doing? Ponyville Ciderfest, one more time. How are you all doing? All right, you're warmed up now. Let me know. How are you all doing? Thank you for coming out to Ponyville Ciderfest 2019. We are so excited to be here with you all. Oh my gosh. And thank you in advance, everybody, for giving me the one thing I asked for, snow. Some of the locals were like, no, you're not getting snow. Now, here's the thing is that when I got to the airport, everyone was like, hey, so welcome to Milwaukee. And I'm like, it's really cold. And they're like, well, yeah, you wanted snow. I wanted snow. I didn't ask for cold. As a Californian, I don't understand. All right, I don't get it.
25 hours through snow.
You drove 25 hours through snow?
Yeah.
To get here, or just in general in life? Like,
No, from Western
I've been logging it.
From Western Kansas to here. I left Wednesday afternoon in snow and got here yesterday in snow.
25 hours. Who can beat that? Who drove longer than 25 hours? Let's see all the hands. All right, no hands. Well, so who here knows what we're getting ready to do? Who here knows what's this panel?
Nothing.
What is this panel? The Bronies React panel? I don't know. I was hoping someone would let me know. So what? Yes. What? Yes. We embarrass each other. As if we don't embarrass ourselves enough. So I'm going to start this off with, we got some Bronies Reactors behind me. But is there anyone here who's never seen Bronies React or has no idea what it is? Don't be shy. Let me see those hands. All right. Well, first off, thank you for joining us on this panel. Thanks for coming on out. Now, Bronies React is a series that we started on YouTube. And this is where I go, whoa. 7 years ago? Yeah, back in 2012, it started off as like a parody joke, and it just kind of took its own life form because there was a series called Teens React that did a reaction to grown men liking My Little Pony. And so we're like, oh, this would be fun to react to the teens' reactions of ours, Inception. So we, it's turned into its own thing, and it's been a busy part of the season for us because how many of you have seen the newest Bronies React? Yeah. So it was funny because it was like this half the room was like, yeah, and this half's like, you think we still watch that? No. We
got the drop for it.
Well, you've been driving. I'll give you an excuse. But so we have just released the Bronies React to episode 24 and 25, the ending of the end. And we'll get a little bit into that. But really what this panel is going to be is, guys, we're going to have fun, right? That's what we're doing? I'm not convinced at all by that response. Yeah, fun. Are we here to have fun, guys? Thank you. All right. Well, with that, I am going to bring up. You guys probably want other people up on stage. You can't. You're done with me already. But before I do bring people up on stage, I'll let you guys know in advance. This is going to be very Q&A driven. I like to have these panels always be as different as possible, and by that we let you guys kind of steer where these go. Stories. Whatever questions you guys want to hear about, they can be to the individual people that are the reactors on the series, whatever you want to ask. So yeah, one more time. Are we going to have fun? Yeah! All right. Well, I think it would be appropriate to first welcome up to the stage, make some noise for T-Rex.
Thanks.
I like that some of you are making the Jurassic Park music. How is this gonna work? Paleo, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good, all right. Wait, all right, how about we bring up to the stage Black Griffin? also known as Team Trees. Yeah.
Guess how many trees get cut down each year?
10 million!
10 million! We're saving 2 days worth of trees. I just made everyone depressed.
That stat, I think, did you mess up that stat? You said a year.
I meant a day, yeah, sorry. 10 million trees
Thanks
get cut down every day.
Wow, okay, beautiful. How about we bring up JaxBlade?
Wow, I love you.
And everybody's favorite person wearing the color of something that's not quite with the name, Silver Quill! Yeah. So you may have heard a little bit about this during opening ceremonies, but the one person who isn't up here, who usually is Saber Spark. So the story behind that is, long story short, is basically he has been dealing with every kind of flight cancellation and delay that you could possibly imagine. He should be on. We haven't heard anything, so I can only assume that he's on a flight right now to get here. We have a panel coming up a little bit later on that's going to be a Who Would Win panel, and it's also very audience-driven, so don't miss that. We also have Who's Line. Who's going to be a Who's Line tomorrow? That's going to be fun. Sarah keeps warning me. She just keeps sending me texts that go, I'm like, all right. But yeah, so Saber, he will be here soon, but unfortunately not going to be here, or maybe fortunately, not going to be here for the Bronies React panel. So now that we got all those intros out of the way, if anyone has a question, here's the microphone, and feel free to line up. We will work on getting through everyone's questions. Don't feel like if you have more than one question, all we ask is that you guys get back in line, just so we can make sure we get through everybody. But don't feel bad about having more than one question either. So with that, while people are getting lined up, how are you guys doing? Let's start with Silver. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. What? Hello?
What?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
This was all planned. We have, to help out is there a number on your mic?
Number. Nope, no number.
No number, but the wired mic is looking for audio.
Wired mic. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. That was a good episode. I liked it.
Pony jokes.
It's funny because episodes. I'm doing very well. Already had a wonderful time here. This is the day just started, and this is the third panel of which I'm participating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't know there were any panels before this one. Oh.
Wow, really?
Oh,
Kidding. I know you're not used to working with microphones.
I'm kidding.
So Paleo, why don't you explain to us?
What?
Ow. How?
Okay.
How did you?
Yeah.
How are you? Why are you the way you are?
I like dinosaurs. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I like dinosaurs.
Through his stoma, he is speaking.
It would make more sense.
Hey there, kids.
I like dinosaurs.
And Jax, you're joining us up here. You're kind of a surprise for some people that you hang out.
I'm always a surprise, I guess. Good or bad.
You're not even Jax. You're not even JaxBlade. You're Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Like my badge, like I forgot to put in my username because I'm just so used to it. So they actually put my real name. So I'm actually just Jordan Michael right now.
Yeah. So let's kick this off. First question. Make sure it's good. You already talked.
No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
Okay. Hi, Gabe.
Hi.
Oh yes, and the Q&A mic, if we can crank that on as well. Turn it on here.
Why do we have to do anything?
I did it myself. There you go. He did it himself.
All right, so the first question of the Bronies React panel.
It's starting now. Take it away, kiddo.
All right, so you think it's going to be a repeat of the MLP MSP where someone's actually going to go up on stage again during the Whose Line Is It Anyways and propose to someone again?
Oh.
You know what would be funny is if that was the plan and we're like, yes, someone's going to propose to somebody at Bronies or at Whose Line, so don't miss it. No. Well,
It was all planned.
We wouldn't confirm it if it was, but
Yeah, it would
but
be a secret.
A genuine, like, honest is no. So if anyone thinks they're getting proposed to at this convention, it probably won't be during Whose Line.
Well, that's a big deal for all, yeah.
Everybody just doesn't show up. They're like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Why would
That's
you
why
go
everyone
anyway?
I tell you what, I will get down on one knee and propose to Gabe just to piss Nora off.
Whoa! Sounds like she wants to propose to you.
Buy me some cider.
Oh boy. Hello.
Take him to dinner first.
Hi there. My question for all of you is, what is your favorite thing about visiting Milwaukee?
Cheese curds.
Cheese. The cheese is good.
cheese. Like really, I had my first cheese curd last night. Well, it wasn't my first. It was like my first. Milwaukee. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but it's okay. Yeah. So, anyways, Paleo right there. We all went out to what was it, Rock Bottom? And yeah, and so like I bit into it and I was like, all right, I've had cheese curds before. I visited my friend in Minnesota, so let me see how it tastes. And I bit into it. It was like that scene from Ratatouille where like he goes back to being a guy. I was like, what is it? It was amazing.
The fried one, right?
Yeah, they were amazing.
That's the only way to eat them.
Yes.
I haven't seen snow in probably 4 years, so it's just been really cool to come and see snow.
That long?
It feels Christmassy, yeah. It's been a long time.
I like in general, like I know I always crack jokes about the snow, but there is like I don't see it often either, so I always get excited about it. I know the locals maybe less so, but aside from those two answers, I love the city. I love that like I can walk around. It feels safe. And
Because all the muggers are too cold.
so yeah, no, I mean I mean, just to give an idea of how nice the city is, Gabe found free pizza.
Yeah, that was weird.
I did. There was a pizza on the ground. It was a little stiff.
It was like perfectly preserved in like snow.
And I actually ate it while sliding down a hill.
He did.
Yeah.
I didn't eat it, but I
It
did
was
slide down a hill.
disgusting.
Like he yeeted it into the street.
Where
and,
else
like,
do they just give out free pizza? What about you, Paleo?
What?
Okay. Keep saying what?
What was the question?
The question was your favorite thing about Milwaukee?
Yes.
I mean, I like how it's very, like, because I...
I've heard of deep throating the mic, but this is ridiculous.
Oh, what the heck?
I knew this was gonna happen. Oh my God! I knew it was gonna.
It's like the scene from Alien.
Dinosaurs' true
in
fear
space.
is humans.
Yeah, so I like how very, like, I don't know, the city feels very nice. Like,
Wholesome.
just walking around. It feels wholesome.
That's how casual you are after you emerge from a T-Rex. The city's nice. It's nice.
It's like Primal on stage right now.
I confess I have never been to Milwaukee before.
Same.
And I got in yesterday, was setting up in the vending hall. We had dinner at 10 o'clock, which, by the way, is Seoul, Mexican restaurant nearby. Awesome. So my favorite thing about it so far is Ciderfest, because I'm having a lot of fun right here, right now.
Might I recommend the Spotted Cow beer, the new Glarus beer. It's only made and sold in Milwaukee.
The Spotted Cow.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
As opposed to the solid Matt Cow?
The standard cow.
There's only cows with black fur in my like town.
Those are Angus, right? Black Angus.
Yeah, Angus.
Spotted Cow.
We're learning so much.
I know my cows.
Well, thank you
I
so
didn't
much.
mean anything. I just...
Thank you for your question. All right, hello.
Harlan.
Hi.
Unfortunately, Jax already answered my question because I was going to ask him about his first Wisconsin cheese curd.
Oh, God.
So now I got to try and think of a question on the spot.
Make it a Gouda one.
Yeah, you did that during the last panel. It still wasn't funny.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Then why did you laugh?
Jesus.
Oh, that'd be a great thing to do.
Cheesy crust.
Great.
Cheesy crust?
So I guess my question will again go to Jax. Well, we expect you to go to Windy City next to try a Chicago-style deep dish.
Oh, yeah, I remember that's what Pele originally, he tricked me the first time we were talking. I was like, is Milwaukee the place of pizza? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going. And he was like, oh, wait, no, that was something else. And then he was like, well, they got cheese curds, though. And then I was like, okay. And so
we have a podcast, and I think that's where I messed up. Saying like, I can't wait to get deep dish when we're going to Milwaukee, and I'm like, wait, no, cheese curds are what I'm going to be getting in Milwaukee. Sometimes things start to blend together with
the cheesiness. Stinks.
Yes, but all good food.
We could just drive to Chicago and get some.
Yeah, to get Saber.
Yeah, to go get Saber.
Oh, what a loser.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
This is kind of a bit of a depressing question.
Oh no! Perfect. Just what I wanted this morning.
Did any of you shed any tears during the finale song of season 9?
Does anyone want to make it a quote?
I know you did because
I didn't say anything. No, I have allergies.
We may have done it on camera, and we may want you guys to see that when you see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, okay, how many of you, and again, don't feel bad by raise of hands, but how many of you are not sure that we're making a react to episode 26, the last ever episode? Because they're okay. I'm glad that only a couple hands went up, because I've gotten so many questions online being like, but you guys didn't react to the last one. I'm like, we're working on it. And actually that's something that I can also fill in here. Because some people were wondering why we split it up the way we did. And I know that the 3 episodes were released together, but I didn't want to have 3 episodes have to all be part of one react. I wanted to give episode 26 kind of its own space, its own time. And I also would have had to probably cut a lot more out of all of them.
And it would have been like 3 hours long.
Yeah, and I was like, I just logistically, but yeah, we are, for anyone that is wondering, we are working on a Bronies React to episode 26. There is going to be one coming for the last ever episode of My Little Pony Generation 4. So, yeah.
Is there an estimated time as to when we'll get that?
That's a solid question. It should be out in the next 6 months. No, it's in the work. There are other things that, like obviously being here at the convention means that's going to be a week away from working on it because there's also going to be vlogs that I'm going to be doing for this, for anyone that doesn't know. But yeah, I'm not sure yet when it'll be this year. Unless something really weird happens, it should be out at some point in 2019, which does narrow it down a bit because we have 2 months left. So, but I do want to. There's going to be a lot of work that I'm going to have to do with that one. So, I essentially am like at the starting point for that one. So there's still quite a bit to do with it, but I put in a lot of time and tears getting the 2-parter out within 2 weeks of its release. So, whew.
Yeah.
So yeah,
dealing with Gabriel Brown
Thanks,
and
guys.
Blackburn.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my question is for JaxBlade and ACRacebest. Do you accept gifts?
Yes.
Oh, gifts?
These are My Hero Academia themed postcards that I got from my artist friends because I wanted to give them to you. I would have gotten one for Saberspark, but he's not here and I only have so much money.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, first one is for
It's
JaxBlade.
really sad that he didn't make it.
Oh, yeah, best boy, Mirio, love it.
Yeah, celebrating My Hero Academia 4 season. Next one is for ACRacebest as a kind of belated congratulations on getting married.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I did great. I did great.
Good job on your marriage.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it was yeah, it's been a good year. We're actually coming up on our 1-year anniversary right now. So I know. But more importantly, it's my birthday tomorrow. So whatever.
Happy birthday!
You know what's funny? Some people, I don't know why you'd know this, but the mentioning Sarah and birthday, our birthdays are 1 day apart. So I'll never forget when her birthday is.
Yeah.
Because it's this, yeah.
And now you'll never forget your anniversary either.
Right.
Gentlemen.
Where?
I said you said the same thing this morning.
I'm barely here.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
My trip. Who had trouble getting here? Okay. Did you guys go through Dallas Fort Worth by any chance? Because oh my gosh. I won't go into it, but it was.
I heard about it from people.
I had such a good travel here. there was nobody on my plane. Like literally, like 6 rows around me were empty.
I envy you so much.
Someone tells.
I wouldn't care if I had to stand. I would have just been happy to be on a plane going to the destination, because anyway, it was just crazy. It was crazy. It was a 20-hour travel day. It was nuts. Anyway, hi.
Thank you. Sorry about surprising you this morning.
Oh, that's fine. That startled me.
Yeah, I know. I told Claire, and I told her to not tell you. Anyway, my question is actually for you.
Oh goodness. Hello.
Yeah, no, it's innocent, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to know, just something simple. What's the one movie that made you laugh the hardest?
Oh my gosh, that's a real. I think it was contextual because I watched it again and I didn't laugh as hard, but I laughed my butt off at Anchorman 2. But I saw it in theaters with my family, and we were in a special mood. And we were suffocating. We were laughing.
Now, when you say special, you weren't on something, right?
Well, he just said they were suffocating on something, right?
Yeah.
So
I was on a plastic bag. But I also I laughed really hard at Zombieland Double Tap. Really, there was just one scene in particular. Did anybody? I won't spoil it. But there's a line.
I haven't seen it yet.
There is a one. Can I say the line? Does anybody mind if I say the line that got me to crack?
Sure.
Up?
Then anyone that doesn't want to hear it can plug their ears.
Yeah.
Earmuffs, kids.
Okay. Anyway, there's a. Oh well, everyone's plugging their ears.
What?
What'd you say?
Is that the line?
No, the line is like he's trying to encourage the main character to do the right thing. And he says the time has come for you to be the brave little toaster. And I died at that because I didn't expect it, because it was a really heartfelt, like, difficult scene, and oh my gosh, it killed me. But anyway, yeah.
Thank you, guys, and I'll see you later.
All right. Well, since Nora only has Gabe, I'm curious if you guys have an answer for that.
Movie that made me laugh the hardest?
Yeah.
Okay, when I was a kid and I saw Dracula Dead and loving it, at the stake scene, they're staking a vampire in its coffin, and this blood just comes gushing out. It's like a fountain, and I'm howling with laughter. My family's upstairs wondering what's going on down there, and it's just like there's so much blood. She just ate. And it's not, by no means is it the best parody movie, but I just howled with laughter at the absurdity.
Every once in a while something hits you like that where you just die.
I remember one of the biggest laughing fits I've ever had. So I think my favorite comedy movie is Dumb and Dumber. But I think...
You seen Dumb and Dumber?
You've never seen Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Wow.
Sorry.
Let's have a movie night.
Yeah, we need to show Viva Lord of the Rings while we're at it.
Oh wow!
She hasn't seen Lord of the Rings? Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
But for me, I was actually going to say the opening to Ace Ventura. I remember as a kid watching that, where he's like kicking around the box as like a UPS driver.
Yeah.
I lost it during that scene. I was like, this is the greatest cinematic.
And it's still true.
Going through the elevator, it's just closing in on it. Did you have an answer to it?
I can't think of one at the moment.
Yeah. What about Jax? Did you have
because I watched it the other night and it still cracks me up. It was Scary Movie 3. Like, there were some scenes in that movie, I don't know what it is, but like, it's one where like they're doing the ring thing, and then they also do the 8 Mile route, and there's this one scene that just got me like laughing, because this guy is he's like doing those things where he drives by but he's shooting paintballs at people. And so he's just like, and he's like shooting people with paintballs. Like, what the heck? And then it just gets progressively more absurd. And there's one time where he like gets a paint can and he starts throwing it out the window. And there's one part he gets like those rollers that you have paint, and he sticks out the car and he's like, and he's just like going up to people. And it's just like so idiotic. But there's just so much random stuff in that movie that makes me laugh so hard.
Was that the one that had, I can't remember his name, and I hate that I can't remember his name, but thank you.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen.
Is that the one?
Yeah, it's
when he walks in, I was seeing that movie with with Tommy and my dad, and when the scene when he walks in and goes, "Just want to tell you all good luck. We're all counting on you," from Airplane.
Yes, that was great.
Lost it.
No, like the whole scene where he like starts to think that everyone in the room is like an alien, and he's just like, "We need to get out of here right now." And then like this person's like, "Sir, I'll help you out of this room." And this poor guy who has like he has that smoker thing where he can't talk, right? He talks like this. He comes up and he's just like, "Hi, nice to meet you." He's trying to beat the crap out of me. That was so wrong.
Well, thank you, Nora, for your extended question.
I also wanted you guys answered as well.
Alrighty. Hello.
Hi. Hi. I have 2 questions. The first one is quick. The first one is, where's Jesse?
Where's Jesse?
Yeah.
Around here somewhere.
Wait, Jesse's here?
Yeah. Yeah. I know that we're some of us are going to be on. I think it's tomorrow night, the after hour.
The horse favorite.
Thank you. Yes, that one. I'm glad someone looked at the schedule. So Jesse will be around, or I know Jesse's around. I haven't seen him yet.
Where is he?
So
if you're Jesse, raise your hand. Okay. He's not here.
Nobody can get him down here.
Yeah.
Hey, my second question is, do you remember that heartbreaking thing that Saber did to you?
Which time?
At Winnie City this past Winnie City.
Which specific thing for Winnie City? There's so many things he's at every convention. Why do you think I'm so happy that he's
not here?
Not here yet. During opening ceremonies, I laugh because everyone's like, "Oh, wow, how dare he say that the Bronies React panel is going to be good without him?" But I mean,
It's going to be better.
Better.
Agreed.
Thank you. Are we not having a great time without Saberspark? Let me hear that. He'll be here. But yeah. We're actually gonna we'll do another one. But.
Yeah, more specifically, what he did that Saturday night.
I'm trying to remember.
In your room.
Oh, the popcorn.
Yeah.
When he hit my popcorn.
Yeah.
He thought he was Godzilla, and he does the weirdest thing. He walks into the room and he's like, he was so excited about the Godzilla movie that was coming out, and he's like, and then they like tear up this, and then they do this, and then he saw my bag of popcorn, not even opened yet, and just goes, and then he's and hits it, and popcorn just explodes everywhere in the room. And popcorn is not that easy to clean up, guys. Everywhere there's popcorn. And I was so sad because I never got to eat any of it. And to make matters worse, he's sitting there eating the popcorn off the floor. Like, it's still like good. Godzilla. It's still like Godzilla. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, that was very heartbreaking. I suppressed that memory, actually, so.
Well, I have something for you.
That is...
That's a big bag.
That is a lot.
Can I stay in your room?
Make some noise for the popcorn! Oh. See, the difference was that it didn't explode that time.
Yeah, there's a kernel of truth to this.
That just popped into your head, didn't it?
I don't know, was it a little corny?
No! Just turn off all their mics. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much food means to me. So.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
It's nice to know you care, Mel.
Oh, my God. That was too cheesy.
Next question.
I think I killed Paleo.
So, not holding anyone to their answer on this, but are you considering doing a Bronies React for Generation 5 when it first comes out?
Well, here's my question to you guys. Do you guys want us to do Bronies React to Generation 5 when it comes out? Why not? So yeah, no, I mean, and that's the thing, a lot of people, I've also seen comment. The thing is, there's so many comments coming through with the reacts that like, I don't even bother trying to answer all of them, but I think some people are under the impression that once this last Bronies React goes out, that we're just like, that's it. But I mean, I've said this before, and I'm telling you all that, you know, my plan is for those that want to stick around and continue doing the reacts, you know, there's episodes that we never got to, you know, and even though we've seen them, I mean, there's episodes I haven't seen for maybe 8 years that I'm like, heck yeah, let's go back to season 1 and see stuff, and season 2 stuff that we didn't get to. So, I mean, the first episode react we ever did was the season 2 finale. So we've never done anything before that. So, yeah, no, I definitely anticipate that we will be around and reacting to Generation 5. And that's the thing I say. I'm like, the fun part about Gen 5 is, I know some people are worried about it, but the way I see it is, if it's good, then great. If it's bad, that might be better. We don't know. So, yeah, so we'll have fun with it, whatever happens. But yes, we do. I would anticipate that we'll still be doing Bronies React into that. So
it's going to be like Digimon and have the G5 Bronies take over, and they're gonna have like new.
They phase us out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, switching tack a little bit for a second. What is the weirdest gift anyone has ever given you at a con?
All right. He loved that thing.
He did.
Loves that thing.
I didn't get him another one this year, Seth.
Aww.
He doesn't deserve
That's why he's not here.
Wait a minute, he didn't get me a gavel? Cancel the flight.
I was too Seth Rogen.
See, the funny thing about, because I think I know my answer to this, but it's also one of those things where I recently was actually gifted it again by the same person, and now I'm like, just because it's weird doesn't mean it's not appreciated. How about we say that? Start there. I've been gifted, I'm trying to think of the technical term for these, but they're like the doctor's masks.
Doctor's mask.
Thank you.
Surgical mask.
Yeah, I've been given surgical masks. And I was
and
like,
a scalpel.
And a patient. I was like,
and an instruction booklet.
I didn't have that.
Oh, I actually have one. Because I have a P.O. box, and sometimes people send me stuff to my P.O. box. And for some reason, somebody sent me some pencils and a piece of paper. It wasn't just any paper. It was a Wendy's wrapper that they wrote on. And they say here's some pencils for I forgot exactly what it said, but from a fan for too much time. And then I made a haul video saying stuff that people sent me. And then I was like, thanks for the pencils, but I don't have a pencil sharpener because they weren't sharpened pencils. They were just unsharpened. So then they sent me a pencil sharpener with batteries.
Wow.
Thoughtful.
Yeah.
I've got a toss-up. BronyCon 2017. Is it, or it's 2018? My memory's a little foggy at this moment. I got a guy gave me an award. It was a horse's hindquarters.
I'm serious.
And engraved to the Universal Butt Monkey Silver Quill, which I thought was fantastic.
Thank you.
And then I think it was at Nightmare Nights that a fan gave me a little wooden catapult. You could actually wind up the tension, dial it back, put a mini marshmallow, and release it at your target of choice. And I took it to my friend's house, and I had marshmallows, and they had hardened, so they hurt, and now I'm not welcome back.
Oh.
I have gotten some really, really incredible, awesome gifts. One of the weirdest ones I got was minutes after Vincent Tong and I accidentally made a joke about dating. Someone drew this excellent fan art, and they gave it to.
That started on a Bronies React panel.
You did, yeah. And
you're welcome.
They gave me a amazing fan art of my character and Flash Century kissing, and it was signed by Vincent Tong with a bunch of hearts. So that was probably the weirdest. That's the weirdest one I can think of.
I totally ship it.
Yeah. So, Jax, you said you didn't have one?
No. I usually I very rarely get gifts, so thank you to the person who gave me this. Again, love it. So when I do, it's just usually very rarely but nice. So I haven't gotten anything weird or anything like that. So.
It's time to change that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
At MLP and MSP, in particular, with the two skeletons.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the thing to have them basically be inside the box that basically were setting up the trap for M.A. Larson?
So Saber is kind of the instigator with all that stuff. So Saber is hilarious, and sometimes he'll just come up with stuff out of nowhere. It's one of the real fun things of doing Who's Line with him, and kind of just like his improv talent, is that one day we walked in and there was a skeleton just sitting in the game room, and he's like, "Yeah, we gotta go around and talk to everybody," and he's just like smacking people with this skeleton. And I remember like some kid walked up and he's like, "That's mine," and we're like, I just remember I'm like, a 12-year-old brought a skeleton. Cool. But yeah, it was yeah, and then he was like, "We gotta go and talk to Larson with this thing," and he's like, "Hey Larson, look, I'm as dead as your career." Oh. It's true though. But Mitch is definitely an individual who's good at dishing and good at taking. So we've always appreciated that about Larson. But yeah, Saber's the genius behind the skeleton with all that. But thank you though. Hello.
Hey, this one's for Best. How'd you get into Demolition Derby?
I honestly feel like that's the first time anyone's referred to me as Best. And I really like it. How did I get into Demolition Derby? The friend, basically brother, that I grew up with, Tommy, I've mentioned him a couple times. He, if anyone actually noticed during opening ceremonies, I was wearing our big heavy jacket that says Low Budget TV on it. And that's our streaming service / video, another YouTube channel of mine, A Different Life of ACRacebest. Well, Tommy, we've been going to racing for years. I mean, since we were basically born, we've been at the racetrack on Saturdays. And we've seen our fair share of all this stuff. But one day, it was actually his girlfriend at the time, now wife, said, "Hey, I want to do a Demolition Derby." It was like maybe 6 months into their relationship, and he's like, "I'll make that happen." And the whole time I'm sitting here going, "You're putting your girlfriend in a Demolition Derby? What outcome are you looking for here?" And so she did it, and she actually won her first Demolition Derby. So it was awesome. And then that kind of thing was what prompted us to eventually start getting more cars, and we're like, well, let's do it. And the first Demolition Derby I think I was ever a part of was the one that was shown in the first. No, yeah, sorry, I forgot about the big car one. The big car Demolition Derby, which was the first thing we started doing on the low budgets, which is what prompted me to be like, there's so many weird things. By the way, let me fill this in. For those that don't know what the low budgets is, anyone here who watches the low budgets? All right, so it's a series on YouTube that I have, still going for anyone that's wondering, where we prep and eventually crash like Demolition Derby cars or other cars in demolition style events. And we started painting them up as pony characters and Disney characters and all this stuff, so we've had fun with that. But the thing that started it off was we ended up with a car that needed it had no other purpose than to be running a Demolition Derby because of a management change that happened at the track. It was kind of a long story behind it, but basically they said we need to get rid of this car. And so they had a full-size Demolition Derby. I had no idea. We had no idea what we were doing outside of what we've seen. So we were like, I think they weld stuff here. No, that wasn't where they weld stuff. We think they use like rebar. No, they use like bar. Like, I mean, the car was so underbuilt. And having been to lots of Demolition Derbies once it came time to actually do the Derby, I was like, I have no idea what to expect. No idea. And I knew a lot of the competitors that were in it. And at one point I actually had a fuel leak like 20 minutes before. Like, fuel leaks aren't good to have for anyone that doesn't know, especially in a Demolition Derby where there's going to be fire and sparks and everything. We just said, plug it with something. I think gum or something. But yeah, it was insane, and it was fun. It didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. All the Derby competitors actually gave me advice on like, all right, when you get home, you're gonna take this, you're gonna sleep for this long, and then when you wake up, you're gonna take this again to help with the pain. So that helped. But yeah, no, I mean, once we got into it, we started teaming up and getting sponsors that were giving us cars and working with the track and all that, and it just turned into what the low budgets became. It's so funny because like Tommy and I started out just as fans at the racetrack, And then one day we were like, hey, let's joke around and go around the pit area and interview people with a toy microphone. What it's become is Tommy and I are now the main announcers at this. We're also main announcers at a track that's just down the road, like an hour away. We're also doing live stream coverage of events all across the nation, like in Florida, in Idaho, in Indiana, like everywhere. And it's like, man, this joke just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, so the Demolition Derby stuff's been fun. And
you ever been to Bowman Gray?
I've never been to Bowman Gray, but that is a bucket list. I have to go there someday.
Definitely. I live in North Carolina. I've been there so many times. I mean, it's a great track. You should really go there.
That is Tommy's been there, and he's been like, the only thing is they don't let you film, but but yeah, no, it's that would be fun. A bucket list item of mine for sure.
Yeah.
But thanks for your question.
Thank you. Also, Gabe, Marines,
hurrah! Incorrect. Go Navy, beat Army. All right.
Gabe wants to do.
No, Marines are cool. Marines are cool. Don't you? We're always told that the Marines are the men's department of the Navy. Yeah, I know. And I'm like, what's wrong with women?
Hello.
Hey, so after nearly a decade of ponies, what are each of your biggest regrets?
Biggest regrets?
For the show? Or like for that it ended?
Well, involving the fandom, the show, anything involving all of this.
My biggest regret is that Celestia didn't do anything. She was like hyped up to have like this massive power, and he's like, oh, you got like freaking mollywomped by a kid who just got their power. Oh yeah, it's just like, come on now, Celestia. Like, they were talking about that whole thing when she turned into Daybreaker, like, you know how powerful you really are, and it's just like, show me how powerful you are. It's like, no, didn't get to see that, so.
I mean, I actually remember, I didn't include this in the coverage for the bonus, but when I was going over the dislikes I had, just kind of thinking about stuff, and I'm like, the thing is, I feel like there's stuff that I haven't seen that I want to see, but I can't specifically say what that is. Like there's, I mean, we all have stuff that it's like, oh, that would have been cool to see, but I mean, the reality is there was a limited amount of episodes that they worked with, and I mean, as far as regrets though, and this is going to sound corny and cheesy, but I mean, with the way things have gone, the people I've met, the stuff I've been able to do, no regrets. Yeah.
I do kind of regret like not keeping up with like reviewing the episodes, because I used to do that like every time there was an episode that came out, but then I just kind of stopped doing it because I went on to some other stuff. But I'll still go back and like talk about the show. So like it's a very small regret, but yeah.
Okay. I regret too easily saying yes to some collaborations or projects.
Like Bronies React.
But when, how do I describe this? Before I got into Brony, before I even tried doing YouTube, I was very reclusive. And a big part of pushing myself was to stop saying no right away, stop running away from a new opportunity. And there's a balancing act in that. Sometimes it's good to say yes to scare yourself a little and move outside your comfort zone, and sometimes it's really good to say no. And it's the only way you learn to tell the difference is by experience. Very bitter and sometimes painful experience.
And I can add to that. I've thought of many things that have happened, both good and bad in this fandom that I could say that I regret. Like for one, I could say that I regret moving to Vancouver because it didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to, but I learned from it. I lost a lot of money up there by becoming a permanent resident, and then ultimately getting told, well, you can't, even if Daniel Ingram wants to hire you for the music, you can't do it because you're associated with the fandom and like all this kind of stuff. And then, but things happen in life a lot of times that are beyond our control, and if you regret them and you don't learn from them, then you're not growing. So I would say ultimately, I don't know if I hadn't moved to Vancouver if I would be where I am now, and I'm very happy with where I am now. So ultimately, I would say that I don't have any regrets. So yeah.
Thank you. No regrets.
Hello. All right, so completely not pony related, and this is for all of you. Like, if you have one, what is your favorite football team?
What's football? It's the thing where you kick the... You mean like football?
As in, like, American football.
Football, yeah.
Favorite football team?
I don't have a team. I just
I'll
like
go
players.
with. I'm gonna go with a local one. I'll say the Dodgers.
The Kansas City Royals. I'm kidding, sorry. Probably the Rams because they were my grandpa's favorite team. So that's about the only reason.
No one else?
Are they real?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're real.
You think we know sports?
I go by players, not teams.
Well,
It's just like
there's a little anecdote from the guest of honor panel that was before this. Sunny Westbrook came out, Cozy Ghost voice actress, and she was wearing a Packers shirt, and there were cheeseheads to be seen. And I'm not big into sports, but I'm from Colorado, and thank you. And while everyone's talking about what was it, Hallowgeddon or Hollow Winter, thank you. I'm just saying for Colorado and how bad our team is, it's the winter of our discontent. Winterween. There we go. That was the term. Winterween, which sounds like it should be the sequel to the Pony episode Winter Wrap Up. Winterween up, Winterween up.
Well, for all the Packers fans here, go Bears. So I'm gonna pause real quick. We're still good on the questions, but so we're gonna film something and we need your guys' help. All right. So like we said, we really want to give Saber Spark encouragement, right? You know, we want him to know that we love him. Okay. So what we want you guys to do is to be absolutely silent. Don't respond, just stare at us when we ask you the thing we're going to say. All right, and I'll let you know.
I'm not filming yet.
Not filming.
Okay, so you're gonna say it? You would say it?
Yeah. What did we say was the perfect thing we should say?
So we're gonna say something like,
who's excited?
Here, we're here on the Bronies React panel, and
we
Saber
missed
can't be
Saber
here.
Spark,
Yeah.
but who's excited for Saber to get here? I don't want you guys to say a thing.
Yeah, just be quiet.
Dead,
No one
but we're
says.
gonna, hey, Saber to get here, and then we're gonna turn around and
everyone just have a look
sit with the most deadpan.
or
Maybe one
just
person go.
But not everyone.
We should
Not only
have, like one person in the back go.
Yeah, only one person. So who's gonna do it?
We have
Only
our
one of
volunteer
you.
way in the back. You
Way in the
the
back.
farthest back person.
You're
Yes,
the
you
only
guys
turning
turning
around.
You.
Yes.
Yes.
You're the only one who claps.
Only one who
All right,
claps.
everyone,
All right,
everyone
all right.
look mad.
Just-
look
just-
sad. Look just like, my favorite pony just died.
All right.
Oh no.
Okay, you guys ready? You ready for this? All right. Here we go.
Whoops. Wait.
All right. Well, we know that Saber Spark couldn't be here with us, but we do know. Wait, I messed this up. Start over. I'm not good at improv. Who's line?
Saber. Oh yeah. It's,
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
It's two Saber, right?
Yeah. So this one goes out to Saber Spark. Saber, we wish you could be here for the Bronies React panel, but who's excited for Saber to get here?
Okay. We gotta do it one more time.
Yeah,
you gotta clap. Just
Okay,
you.
Remember, everyone.
Actually,
Just you be like,
Yeah.
right? Or do you not want to do that?
I'm wondering if we should have the clapper be a little closer so he can. Okay. All right.
Okay. Remember, only one of you is clapping. Don't do this thing.
Yeah. So Nora, we're gonna have you do. So when you
Yeah, Nora.
clap and then start looking around like
You'll be like,
really
"Hey,
ashamed.
you like-"
All right.
And then you realize you're.
Oh, I love it.
He's not gonna believe this because he knows Nora will
Take
only do
three.
that for you.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
I'll kick your ass.
All right. So you guys all ready? Here we go. All right, this one goes out to Saber Spark. Saber, we know you couldn't be here for the Bronies React panel, but who's ready for Saber to get here? Turn it off.
Wait, who?
Turn it off. That's fantastic.
Beautiful acting.
All right. Cadets, hello.
Hi, cadet.
Thank you for all helping us out with that.
So,
Turn it off.
now that the show is over, is there any sort of adventure that you wished your favorite pony had gone on, or something that they wanted to do?
No
yeah.
regrets.
I wanted to see, or did we? The origin story of Celestia.
No, we
Luna.
never got that.
Dad freaking Garnet. Yes, I
Yeah.
want to see that.
Yeah. I always wanted Fluttershy to have like a regional, because like in the season 1 she showed oh no, I'm cute but I don't take crap, and then she was using her hockey to stare down that thing, and it's just oh, I'm not even transforming. So I always wanted her to sort of have a Gohan rage out moment where she's just no, bam, and just show oh, she's the strongest one of the group. Okay, yeah, that would have been something I love for, like, that was it. I just wanted to.
What about you guys?
I always wish Cadence had done something.
I actually had to narrow it down, but the rant that you had in the Bronies React, where you're just like, come on, just give it something.
Something. I mean, usually people think I hate her character. I don't. But her character is kind and loving and very supportive, but a real character shines when they're tested to be the opposite of what you think.
Faced with
When someone tries to shut them down and say, don't be loving, don't be supportive, just walk away, and they're tested. And it's okay to have a moment of doubt or a moment of fear. I wanted to see Cadence tested in her beliefs because it looks that much more awesome when she comes. Instead, I feel like we played it too safe with her for some reason.
Yeah. I think I would have liked to see Sunset in an episode, like, because I know she's been in like some of the Equestria Girls specials where that happens, but and she's like, you see her like briefly in the finale with that little image, but like, I mean, like as like a main character as part of the episode, I think that would have been nice.
I wanted Starlight to punch Trixie. Never got that. Every episode. What's that? Whoa.
She's throwing in the towel.
What is this green thing?
Probably a shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whoa! I love this show! Thank you, cadets!
What is it?
Wait, what is it? Oh, there you go.
This is how I met my wife and eventually became part of the Brony Fandom.
My wife?
Oh, thank you so much. Love it.
It's early, but whatever.
What's that?
I said it's pre-birthday, but it's early.
Birthday present. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Hello.
So I'd like to ask Jax.
Yes.
You didn't have an appearance in the Bronies React bonus.
Ooh,
Is there a reason behind that?
Maybe. That's something that'll have to be continued.
So,
to be continued
well,
on the next episode.
To help with it, because I know that sometimes people will send React footage, but they won't have answers to the bonus. And please don't tell me you sent me answers to all the other questions, and I just didn't include it, did I? No. Okay.
Everything was in that thing I said.
Because what you did is So that was just the case with you. You just didn't. He just didn't have answers for that part of it. So yeah. I did once forget to put in someone's footage, and it mortified me. It was I think it was Viva. I forgot the bonus part because Viva sent it to me later, so I forgot to include her footage in the bonus. I'm like, and right. So that's why. Nothing big behind it, just.
Okay. And I guess a sort of follow-up question: how does putting together these reacts work?
How does it work?
Yeah. What's the process?
So for me, it starts with, the episode comes out. When it's an episode react, I will contact everybody and let them know, hey, we're going to be doing a react to this. I'll usually just send them a list of questions. And then for anyone that's new, I also include like this whole thing about like, when you're reacting to stuff, this helps me know what you're doing. Try to do like, just kind of like little tidbits to help someone that's new doing it. But yeah, as far as putting it all together, it's usually a matter of waiting for the footage to get to me, which we were able to mess around a little bit how soon I got the footage this last time because episodes were airing in different countries, so that changed our timetable a little bit. Changes. And then once I have everything, it's about a 2-week process of editing everything down. First, I take everyone's footage, I'll chop it up, and then I start grouping things together, and then the last bit is putting the last of the ingredients together in the sandwich. And when I have everything together, that's when I start going through and seeing what clips work together, which ones kind of relate to each other. So sometimes you'll see people finishing other people's sentences because others are making the exact same joke. And I always like kind of having that mesh if it's there. So yeah, it's a very big process of mine, but I've always had pride in doing it myself and taking care of the editing, and I've loved working with just about everyone that's been on the React. So it's
Just about.
well, I've loved working with you. I've loved working with you. I've loved working with you.
Man, it sucks being the scapegoat when Saber's not here.
But yeah, thank you.
I'll say one thing I loved in the Bronies React for school days at the beginning of season 8. Little Shy and I both were commenting that we wanted to see tiny party cannons at BronyCon. And we even had the same joke, if I don't see it, I'll be very disappointed. So you spliced us saying it almost in unison. We didn't know the other was saying this.
Nope.
It just happened.
I love that. I love when that happens. And your little dog, too.
Gabe and I do this a lot, where we have similar jokes as well. So we have 5 people in line. We'll close the Q&A line and make sure we get through everybody. I know technically the time's up, but we'll hammer through these questions.
We will be difficult.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. This one's just for Gabe.
Hi.
How excited are you now that Has Been Hotel, the pilot, is out?
Oh, yeah.
If you've seen it, what's your general reaction to it?
Well, I was, when I first got cast in it, I was like, oh wow, this project's like super cool. I'd seen, the teaser and everything. And so I was excited to work on it when Perry and Viv sent me the track. It was I was like, this has the potential to be super cool, and I'm very impressed with it. Like, it's even better than I expected. I know, like, it's a really talented team, but it's such a unique project, right? So I'm very excited about it. It was a fun challenge. It's not often you get to speak in that voice, but there's it was How excited? The answer is very, I guess.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hello.
How are the YouTube gods treating you?
They are not benevolent.
Well, one recent thing was I had 2 reacts get blocked worldwide recently, and it was because in the early ones, I used that Inception music at the beginning. And it was like, how dare you use these 12 seconds of audio? And it blocked it worldwide. So right now, both of those reacts are back up. It was the first ever one, and then the season 5 finale, I believe. And both those are back up, just with a little bit less music right now. So I'm still kind of tinkering with it and keeping an eye and seeing if things end up working out. But so they haven't been very friendly. We actually, real quick, so with the copyright, it's so easy to have copyright hits on people, but when we had somebody who was uploading stuff from the low budget TV side, the pay-per-view stuff that we do, someone recorded it and then put it up, our name's all over it, and YouTube told us, there's not enough evidence that you own this. And I'm like, it's so easy for everyone else to send out copyright.
There's not enough evidence that you're paying YouTube money. That's what...
So, ridiculous, but thank you for your question to our pain. All right, hello.
Hello.
Hello. So I was just kind of wondering on account of the fact you did it at least once. Do you think you'll ever react to any of the earlier generation My Little Pony stuff?
Yes,
Generation 1,
probably.
2, or 3?
We've, as you guys know, we've done Gen 3.5. I don't. I wouldn't say it's out of the question.
Gen 1 is Gen 1, we haven't done that.
I mean, it's not out of the question. You never know. Okay. We're not done, so who knows what the future holds. But thank you. All right, last 2 questions. You're welcome.
I have a question for Silver Quill about shipping, and a quick one for Jax.
Shipping.
Shipping. So, Silver Quill, in season 9, which of the teased or otherwise confirmed ships elicited the strongest reaction out of you?
The strongest. Okay, Lyra and Bon Bon. Oh, sorry, Sweetie Drops.
Is it bad that for a moment I'm like, oh my gosh, spoiler? Oh wait, no. We're good.
Okay, I'll break it down with what I know. Rainbow and Applejack, that's cool. I didn't really see them as a couple, just really good and rival-based friends, so that's cool. Cheese and Pinky is very safe. Yeah. They're both party ponies. They have similar personalities. I like shipping I like opposites attract. And Lyra and Bon Bon, especially based on the 100th episode and what we got to see between them, they look like they'd be a fun story to tell. They're the most interesting in my eyes. And so getting to see that proposal in the background was a great moment. And I was very happy I was also doing the episode follow-up for that particular episode. So, definitely that.
See, and for Jax, which do I watch first, Primal or Has Been Hotel?
Well, I mean, like, how much time do you have?
Not much. I got a job now.
Oh, okay. I mean, Primal is so good. If anyone hasn't seen Primal, go watch it. Gendy series, amazing. I would say Has Been Hotel, you can like watch like literally right now. Like if you want to go to the next room and watch it, you can get through it. So I would suggest that first if you just want quickness, but definitely check out both. Primal, Chef's Kiss, love that. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Last question.
I actually have a question I think the whole fandom would be interested in hearing.
Yeah.
Years down the road,
yeah.
What do y'all think will happen if y'all had children and you introduced them to all this?
So this is very hypothetical.
Yes, well, you see, little Goku and little Korra will be like, Daddy, what are you doing? And I would be like, it's okay. This is what we used to do back in the day. And it'd be like, oh, that's really cool. I'm going to go do push-ups now. Yeah. Little Goku and little Korra, yeah.
You're not gonna have a little Saitama?
No, that's gonna be like the uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he takes the
What was the end part of that question? What would the kids do?
And if you introduced them to the rest of the family.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I'm sure of it. Like, quick, let's hide them away. Let them know about my YouTube channel.
I always think about that though, like hypothetically in the future, like it's just like, oh, it's just archived up there, and then like your kids are just like, what the heck did my dad used to do back in the day?
Guys, let's face it, you guys know how much that, like how often I have a camera in my hand. I'm probably going to be like, all right, let's see what next dumb thing.
Let's watch my son get born.
Oh my god.
Sarah's just like,
I would. I mean,
yeah.
Really, you got that?
But that's not gonna.
I abstain from this conversation.
Okay, well, if we're doing hypotheticals, we're like, all right, kids, if you're done gunning down the zombie apocalypse and fending off the killer AI, I want to introduce you to the Bronies. They're considered to be hostile upon contact, and you're not allowed to go anywhere near them. Now, get back to gunning them down. Ooh-ah!
No, I mean the beautiful part is like there's a lot of bronies that are great examples for the kids, and then there's even some that you could be like, don't be like this one.
Oh,
well, that's just people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great little like niche of, man. Have you guys had fun being bronies? Like, it's not just me, right? Like this has been fun, right? Well, thank you all for coming out to the Bronies React panel.
Give yourself a hand of applause.
It's been so much fun. Great questions, everybody. We will be back for the Who Would Win panel a little bit later on, so join us for that.
That'll be in the barley room.
It will be, and Saber Spark should be here by then. And then do not miss Who's Line tomorrow. If you've never seen it, do not miss it. Trust me. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.